Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jess Leal in this incarnation. So today I'm going to talk about self-love. I think it is a construction, and it's not because uh, actually love is something that is around us. It is everything that exists, everything that is created, and maybe we could talk about reconnect to love. And I think it is that way, but when we were people that, and I think this happens to most of the humanity, most of the people that integrates the humanity, because this wound is actually in the unconscious collective, this wound of separation of love, all these barriers or all these masks that come from the ego, or all of our limitations that are preventing from light or love to come in. All these things are something we have to break through. And so self-love, it's a construction that requires a lot of work. And well, I told you my story first in the first videos of this YouTube channel, because I wanted you to know from where I came from. Because at one time in my life I didn't know what self-love was. I didn't know it. I didn't have any healthy boundaries. I didn't love myself at all. So this path, this present of today took me a lot of work in myself. So I'm going to share with simple examples, because of course there were so many tests and so many things I've been working through all these years. But I'm going to give you examples of little things that were important to me. And the first one is that, for example, I already told you that I think in the video of my story that when I was with this narcissist, I experimented an eating disorder. But that was like the evidence of my unhealthy bond with my body, of that stayed almost my whole life. But it was not very long ago. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, that I started to focus on that, and to connect with food in different ways, because I had many times in my life that I was like overweight, and there were many times in my life that I didn't eat at all. I just used this way to give myself the illusion that I was controlling something. That's what people with eating disorders do. But we can replace this control in other areas of our lives. But it's not the subject of that I want to go now. So I started to exercise. I always liked to do exercises or sports in school or something, but I wasn't a committed person, you know. I don't know. I was practicing that for 3 months, and then I quit it, and then 2 years I didn't do nothing, and then I started again. So it wasn't something that I was committed to. But it was this time, this, I think 2 years or three more or less, that I started to exercise. And even if I was traveling, because I like to travel a lot, and even if I was I don't know, if I didn't had the elements that I required to do this or whatever, I did it without excuses. And that took me a lot of self-work, because I had to think in long terms, in a long term way, because there's many times that we don't want to do something, in spite of knowing that it's good for us, but when we choose to do it instead of quitting because ego satisfaction, it's something much more easy to do, we are building actually self-love. And of course the first times are not the easy ones. It's just like the video of yesterday that I was talking about, the lack of healthy boundaries. When we don't know how to put them, the the very first times are very, very uncomfortable. And so was this for me. So I not only started to exercise, but also I started to get better in the way I was eating too, without feeling this guilt, or without feeling this obsession, because I was like a person that was always looking for calories and all the things like that. But I could quit this. I quit to measure calories a long time ago, but I started to generate a healthy bond with food too. And I think that build a really good progress with myself, with my body and with everything. But it took a lot of effort. I now look back and I said, and I see that I've been doing this for 2 years or more. It's a little bit more, but I'm proud of myself, because I could hold this structure through time. And I wasn't a person who could hold structures for much time in my life. So when we are building self-love, we have to think in a long-term way. And many times that's why I talk to you about egoistical desire, because satisfaction, immediate satisfaction, it's so much easier for ego. But self-love means that we are choosing to do things that that maybe are not linked to immediate satisfaction, but they will build something very good for us in a long term time. So I think this is one of the things that we have to take a lot of accountability when we are building self-love. And this applies to everything. Maybe if I want to a profound connection with somebody, I really want to to stay to build a relationship with somebody. I really want to meet someone and be in this kind of relationship that we are building something together, that we are sharing our progress, our evolution, I don't know. And if we want that, but for example, let's suppose I want to meet someone and get this relationship in my life, this committed relationship, this profound connection, this all these things I already mentioned. And it presents someone that it's not aligned with all of this, but I like him. Let's suppose it. If I say yes to that, even if I know, even knowing that he won't be able to or capable to stay in the way I was looking for, I'm just not respecting myself. I'm not respecting the core values that I was trying to sustain, to hold on, and that takes difficult decisions too. The very first times when we don't know how to generate healthy bonds with people, this takes a lot of courage, to say no, even if I like that person and I want to believe or make me believe that this person will change or whatever. But when we are saying no to things that are not aligned with the core of our values and the things we want to construct for ourselves, we are saying yes to love and to us. And we are reaching this path. We are opening this way or this path to that thing that I want actually happen. And I could experience this by myself, although I am alone now, but I could see the applicative tool of actually saying no to things that didn't serve me in that way, and then see in real life how manifests what I really wanted. And I think many people experimented this. So it's very important to learn to say no. That was the videos of Healthy Boundaries about. But to choose what really is aligned with us. And other thing that I think it's very important, and other thing I think it's very important is to learn to receive, because I talked a lot about give in the video of yesterday and in the video of how to face the system collapse. I will leave those links in the first comment. But I talked first about giving because actually learn to receive, it is learn to give. It's not real we know how to give and we don't know how to receive. If we learn to give, we are learning to receive too. But it takes work too, because if we are learning to give in a way, in a non-egoistical way, of course life is gonna turn that energy back. And here it is the lesson, because I think many times it happened to myself, and I will put a very, very simple example. But for example, if you go to a party or to a meeting with friends or whatever, and a person says a friend of mine or I don't know, says for example, oh, you're so cute in that dress, for example, and and I answer, oh yeah, this dress is so old, and I found it in the last minute. I don't know. I'm not receiving, that person wanted to give love with words, and I wasn't just receiving it. I only have to say thank you, and that's all. If we, I'm not talking only about compliments, of course. I'm talking about everything, material things, good things that are happening to us, and it's very easy. I don't know. I had for a long time this programmation about there's something good happen. So in a minute or two, there's going to happen something bad, because everything couldn't be this way, this good way, and that programmation, of course, manifests that kind of blockages then. So that is how we have to catch ourselves thinking that way, and try to change it in that moment, and try to say thank you, and to receive, to accept. Simply, we don't have to say anymore, just thank you. Yes, thank you. But I think it's a part of the journey of self-love to learn to deserve, to feel that we deserve. That's of course a simple example, but you can replace it with whatever you want to. And of course, other part of the journey of self-love has to be with shadow work, of course, because we are not only light, that's a fantasy, and we are not going to be only light until we are in the fount. We are always going to take our masks, and we are always going to have to break our barriers that are preventing light until we get there. So this path, it's like a never-ending story. So shadow work, of course, it's gonna be something we do all the time. Not all the time, but it's gonna happen in many parts of our lives. So shadow work, I think this thing about integrate our shadow, I think it's about not resisting the process, but of course resistance activates, because it's part of our programming, and it's okay too. But not resisting what we are feeling, not resisting our lower vibration emotions, not resisting the parts of ourselves that we don't like it. Just learn to accept those things, and I think when we are accepting that, we are able to change it, to change them. So shadow work for me, it's not of course it's an eternal refining, but and it's okay to improve, to want to improve, but it is okay to accept what we are right now and love the way we are, even if we are not where we want to at this present. just to learn to love ourselves in spite of everything we do, or everything we or the parts we don't like about ourselves. For me, this was and sometimes is the most difficult part, because of my programmation, and I think it is an unconscious collective wound, this one. So I think that is the main thing with shadow work. It's not only about seeing the parts we don't like it, because I think that's not that difficult. I think everybody could say many things about themselves that don't like it or want to change, but I think the difficult part is to accept us and love us in spite of those things, and to learn to not resist the changes that universe is proposing us. So, well, I think this is the most important parts about building self-love. There's many things we can do, of course, but this shadow work, of course, includes everything that has to be with the integration of our parents in ourselves. We have to be our mother and our father in order to take care of ourselves properly. I already talked about this in the relationship intelligence video that I will leave in the comments too. So actually, putting healthy boundaries, this commitment, this thing about going for what I want and choosing things from a healthy state of consciousness, choosing things that are aligned with my values, and to I don't know, to hold space hold on space for myself, and to I don't know, treat me with tender, and all of those things are actually being our father and our mother. So actually, self-love it is integrating these polarities, these archetypes. So, okay, people, we're gonna see each other in the next videos. I will leave it here. Thank you.